All right, we're officially in 2K season, and we're slated to hear some more news about the game January 27th and January 28th. I'm expecting a trailer drop, probably a roster reveal, and normally what you see on my channel are videos requesting certain things being added to each year's game. This video may be a little bit different because there are a lot of things within the 2K franchise that I would like to see gone forever. What's going on? I'm Jesse. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and help us reach our goal. We're going to try to reach the 10K by the end of 2025, man. Let's make that happen. First things first, man, fighting stances is probably the obvious that I would love to see just make its exit out of the 2K franchise. It's not a fun concept whatsoever. I feel like I'm playing either a Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Virtual Pro Fight, any other fighting game besides a professional wrestling game. It doesn't feel pro wrestling to me at all. Sometimes the fighting stances would work with certain superstars like Rey Mysterio or somebody that's quick on their feet. But when I see Roman Reigns doing the same type of fighting stances, it seems a little goofy and overused for me. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels. It doesn't feel authentic to what we see on TV, and it certainly doesn't feel like a wrestling game. We've had tons of games in the past from THQ and 2K that did not incorporate the fighting stances. I don't know whose idea this was to make them walk around or hop around the way they do with this goofy looking fighting stance, but it's a terrible idea and it must be taken out. It looked so natural in games like WWE 13, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, even 2K19. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first time that we seen the fighting stances was WWE 2K22. So ever since that debacle with 2K20, fighting stances have been introduced and it is just gotta go. It is not a good idea. Please remove this from WWE 2K25. Something that is high on my wish list is getting rid of the weapon limitations. What do I mean by that? I'm sick of only being able to place a table or a ladder in certain areas of the ring or even the outside. I'd like to be able to sit it right up against the apron of the ring. I'd like to sit it anywhere in the ring. There's got to be a better way to guide these weapons and set up spots for your match. It's getting ridiculous at this point, and I feel like it's a chore to even get something cool out of these 2K games when it comes to tables and ladders, especially with the limitations. You can't even do a finisher off the ladder anymore. You can't stack tables. It is just frustrating at this point. Now, I'd love to get a little bit more chaos and a little bit more creative within my matches. Things like even unfolding the chair and setting it into the ring would make a big difference as long as there were animations in place that you could slam your opponent onto them. But the limitations as far as ladders and tables really makes it hard to even get into something like a TLC match or a ladder match at that, because it's just not fun at the end of the day. Speaking of ladder matches and TLC matches, the ladder minigame is probably one of the most annoying features that I've ever seen in a 2K game. It doesn't feel realistic or authentic to have to put the circle in the square, so to speak, every single time to pull down a briefcase. I think that this minigame should be revamped. I think there needs to be something in place other than this minigame, because in the past for the THQ game, you would just have to tug on the briefcase and it showed a lot less on your screen as well, and you weren't stuck in some weird animation, and it also put the controller in your hands a little bit, and it gave you the freedom to tug on the briefcase. If you tugged it enough, you're pulling it down. I actually liked that feature. There could be a better way for the future with the graphics advancing and everything in the game advancing at that. 2K has been very good at taking old features and bringing them back and making them better than ever. This is definitely one of them that needs to happen, because I feel like you should not know when you're going to pull that briefcase down. And if you're up there by yourself, you shouldn't have 6 options to hurry up and get the circle in the square to hurry up and pull this briefcase down. It looks ridiculous. It feels ridiculous. It's not a fan favorite of mine to want to play ladder matches whatsoever. It's already bad enough that we had the weapon limitations like I was just speaking on, but this ladder minigame makes the ladder matches that much more lame. What would you guys prefer? The minigame that we have now or the minigame that used to be in the old THQ games? I think a revamped version, or maybe somewhere in the middle, is probably the better option. Unlimited Kipups. So this is a thing that annoys me. Even though you have a little bit on your signature bar built up in the game, you are basically able to kip up anytime that you have any sort of momentum built on that bar. I feel like the kip up should be used as a last resort within your match. You should only be able to get one, and you should pick the right timing. And if you do pick to use the kip up, it should either cause some serious repercussions or it should reward you to the max. Like back in the day, we used to be able to hit the kip up, gave you an automatic finisher. Either one or the other. It doesn't matter to me, but it should have to matter within your match, and you should choose your timing wisely. I don't like to see unlimited kip ups within this game. I think it stales it down. I think that it sucks for competition purposes if we can ever get an online server to work. Sure, for things like my faction, when you're just doing a combo fest or a spamming fest, things like that are good, and you should have the option to turn on unlimited kip ups if you want within the options menu. But as far as a regular kip up is concerned, when it comes to online, you should pretty much only get one, and you should have the option to turn it on or off within the option menu. Stun meter, man. The stun meter is back and forth with the community. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me personally, I always have to take a look at things through the competition lens. When I stun somebody, or when I'm stunned myself within the game, this gives somebody the free reign to just do as many moves, finishers, whatever they want on me to create as much damage as possible without the ability to reverse any said move. To me, that doesn't fly. I don't like that. I like to be able to reverse whatever. I should be able to earn that reversal. Now, I'm not saying let's take the stun meter completely out of the game, because it does serve a purpose. It should be a lot harder to earn that stun rather than it just popping up so easy with a combo. When it comes to getting hit with a finisher while you're stunned, I think that you should still be able to reverse that finisher, because if you get hit with a finisher, it's a wrap. And most of the time, you ain't kicking out of that finisher. It depends on your damage meter, depends on how much damage you've taken within the match, but chances are you ain't kicking out of that unless you got resiliency or if you're super lucky. But that's definitely a conversation that people from the community can go back and forth on. So what are your thoughts on the stun meter? That's how I feel about it, but I know a lot of people either like it or they hate it. It's not an in-between thing. It's a love-hate relationship with that stun meter, but in my personal opinion, I think that it needs to be revamped in a way that fits the entire community and especially looks at a competition standpoint. Let's talk about combos, man. I don't want combos completely removed from this franchise because I think that they could serve a good purpose. And some superstars, it fits their likeness. I think the connections look a little funny. It does remind me of a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat style combo. It doesn't feel like anything really connects. I feel like the animations need to be revamped for the combos, and I feel like the combos should only be fit onto certain superstars. Not everybody should have combos, because not everybody has that within their moveset when you see it on WWE TV. But your heavy hitters, the people that are fast, like AJ Styles, for instance, he deserves combos. But as far as combos for everybody, I'm not with that noise, man. And I'm not really a huge fan of combos to begin with, but I know there's a lot of people within the community that love combos within the game. Shout out Big Righteous. A revised combo feature would definitely help this franchise. Like I said, I don't want it removed completely because I do feel like combos serve a purpose, and they are in professional wrestling. I just don't think everybody should have that attached to their moveset. The universe mode. I know what you're thinking. Oh, great. Here comes Jesse talking about removing the universe mode. No, I don't think that they're ever going to remove universe mode. Truth be told, I'd like it replaced with something that works, but I don't think that we're getting rid of universe mode for quite some time. So here's what we're going to do. What they need to do for the universe mode is not limit whatever cutscenes. We're already limited within the universe mode. But now when I'm selecting my rivalries, I'm selecting my cutscenes that I want to happen, it limits me to how deep the rivalry goes, right? Like if your rivalry is more intense, then you get different sets of cutscenes. I don't like that, man. Let me choose what I want. It's my universe mode. It's my sandbox. I shouldn't have to have a deep rivalry to choose an attack in the parking lot or a run-in or a Money in the Bank cash-in. These things should be selectable at random anytime that I want. I should have the option to run the sandbox the way I see fit. I'm tired of limitations within this game. The same thing goes for the GM mode and all the limitations that come with that and the budgets and everything else. I think that's what drives players away from that mode so much. But universe mode always sucks people in, and this is probably a big gripe that most people probably doesn't even see a problem with. But for me, it's irritating. It's annoying. I don't like that I'm so limited on choosing cutscenes. I should be able to choose whatever I want. Because if I have 4 rivalries going on one show, Monday Night Raw, they're all going to be having the same cutscenes. I don't like that. Let me choose different things to make each one stand out. Oh yeah, and I know this is a video about removing things, but we need more cutscenes. Give us something in this universe mode that brings life to this thing. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the universe mode and the cutscene limitations. Showcase mode. It has been revealed, Roman Reigns on the cover. Chances are we're either getting a Bloodline showcase or we're getting a Roman Reigns showcase. I'm not excited about this mode at all. I'm not a fan of slingshot tech at all. I can't stream it. I can't have fun with my community online with it. I don't like it. Plus, it's very distracting. Showcase mode needs to be changed in a way that fits the WWE 13 scope of things. When you were playing the Attitude Era, you didn't have to go to the southwest corner to do anything. I don't need to relive the match identical to what we've seen on TV. Give me some freedom. Give me a couple objectives. I memorize a couple objectives that you have given me, and then we're off to the races. I can close the menu, have the free screen open. I don't have to worry about slingshot tech interrupting my matches and distracting me while playing through your showcase mode. Now I have in-game cutscenes, what it should be, just like WWE 13, and we go back to common sense for video games. Once again, I feel like this mode is just limiting all aspects of fun that you could potentially have within a showcase mode. But for one, I don't really like to relive history like that, especially when it's just one character. I had a lot more fun if it's like a 40 years of WrestleMania, 30 years of WrestleMania, Attitude Era mode, WCW Monday Night War. Do something different. I don't need to relive Roman Reigns' career. For one, not a big fan. I watched it live. I know what happens. The other thing that I don't like about showcase mode is that it just makes me unlock everything. We don't get an accelerator like we used to within the games to where I can just unlock everything. No, I buy this game for two consoles. One, Xbox, could stream it here. The other one, PlayStation, where I'm comfortably sitting on the couch and playing in the living room. So if I want to stream here with everything unlocked, I should have that option. Give me back the accelerator. I don't need to play through your showcase mode. I still think the showcase mode needs to be replaced with something entirely different. But looks like 2K25 showcase is here to stay. So if it is still here to stay, get rid of the southeast corner. Get rid of the slingshot tech, give me in-game cutscenes, and make this thing a little bit more free and fun to play. Let me know what you would like to see removed for WWE 2K25, and if you want to see a good concept that I would like to see incorporated into universe mode one of these days, click this video right here. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.